Welcome to the Spit Bucket Hotel Party.
Thanks for joining us.
And then I got my psychopath White Sox.
Yeah, it makes me really uncomfortable that both of you are wearing white socks.
Why are they rolled up so much? How long are they?
I roll mine like all the way down. Just because like my legs are too hairy. After a couple hours, the friction will just fucking kill me.
Oh, yeah, me and Eric actually waxed our legs the other day.
And then somebody left their wax patch on our show.
For a few days.
Yes.
Oh, why?
Well, Omar threw it away. I didn't throw it away.
You want me to keep
be
that?
fair, I would have kept it.
Yeah, you should have.
Welcome to the hairy wax patch of podcast. Welcome to the Spit Bucket, everyone. My name's Omar, and joining me at the table, deferred lawyer and advocate, and hermit expert.
True.
Erik Mendoza.
Correct.
Erik, say something bird related, please. He's nodding no, which is really great for a podcast. All right, also at the table with a fresh cut, it is Mario.
Hello.
Who cut your hair, Mario?
Her name was Rebecca.
Shout out to Rebecca.
Yeah, I really liked her because she didn't say a fucking thing to me.
Hell yeah.
And I fucking suck at small talk, so thank you, Rebecca.
We've asked this at the podcast. I don't think we've asked you, but where are you supposed to look when they're cutting your hair?
The advantage of being blind is I can take my glasses off and I don't look at anything. So
I have one cousin who, if you take his glasses off, his eyes start wandering in
That's
different
sad.
directions from each other.
That's very sad.
Yeah, he wouldn't take his glasses off. At the table, she's a little blind too. Is Jam Ginto, everyone?
Yeah, I've been to like a pretty bougie like hair salon before. I don't do small talk, and she's literally like, as she's cutting my hair, she's like, "You don't talk much, do you?" I'm like, "Nope."
I never
and
know.
I'm like, "You were about to get a really good tip, but now I changed my mind." Katie.
All right, and getting a very special intro this week, joining us at the table, still with his mustache.
Ain't no fucking table, dog.
All right, they don't know that though. There's usually a table. There's not a table today. Joining us at the table. We just got back from that one show where they find your ancestors from, like, you know, other parts of the world and relatives and stuff. So joining us at the table, it's Goose.
What up?
I like how I just paused.
Dude, that killed me.
When I saw that video at like 3 a.m. after work, my brain couldn't process it. I'm like, what the fuck is
I
this,
actually
dude?
thought that was you for a
'Cause there's a
second.
photo-
I was
Me
like,
too.
dude, I was like, man, if this is why you're not hitting me up, I'm I was like, this is what you've been doing the whole time.
Learning Japanese and then singing and dancing in your room to the My Hero theme song.
That's actually a video of Alan during our sophomore Earth Science
It's so
project.
fucking weird.
When I met you, that's exactly how you looked.
Yeah, there's a photo on my on my Facebook of me looking exactly like that.
Can we,
Except with a black shirt.
for the episode uploads this week, we'll include a side by side. Wait, can we take a video of you doing the same dance with them?
Yeah,
Can you move that fast?
No,
Because he was good at snapping.
I need assistance.
We'll just put wires on you. We'll do a Weekend at Bernie's thing with you. I feel like I'd be really bad at being like, yeah, that guy looks like me. But
I actually have a picture, and I'll put it up
He
for
looks
the.
like that serial killer, right?
Yes, and I have Omar holding a picture of that picture of the serial killer. It's a Japanese serial killer. The one that had like no wrists, so his hands were really long.
oh, I look. No, I
would
don't.
like to see that. I
Dude, that
haven't
dude
seen
was
that.
creep.
That guy was a pervert, and I
Yeah.
am no such thing.
Speaking of that, did you guys hear about that story about this Japanese guy who was studying in France and he ate like 2 girls or something, and they sent him back to Japan so he can get like jail time there. He got a little jail time, then he got let go, and these guys filming a porn grabbed this girl and were like, "Hey, fuck this guy. It's just a porn, right?"
Uh-huh.
And he was really creepy about it. It just seemed like he didn't know what to do. And at the end of the porn shoot, because they spent like the whole day together.
Does anyone in a Japanese porn look like they know what they're doing?
I've seen a lot. Yeah, the girls know what they're doing. That shit's hot. Anyways,
Okay.
so they spent the whole day together, and then at the end of the shoot, the producers or whoever were like, "Hey, you know that guy you just had sex with and spent the whole day with? He's actually a serial killer and a cannibal." She was so like, "Fuck."
That's the scene where you get off, right? That's the money shot.
Is
Yeah.
that because there's a documentary on him on YouTube, isn't there?
That might be
Yeah.
the same one
think
I'm
that
thinking
is
of.
him.
That is pretty fucked. Guy's still out. He's like a writer or some shit, right?
He's a painter. I
Painter.
believe.
Just like George Bush. And George Bush did 9/11. All
Can we
right.
get a John Wayne Gacy painting? The clown one that he did in jail?
That's probably super expensive.
We got pitch in a couple bugs.
I got $5. Eric, how much money do you have right now?
Nothing.
I got some good tips today, so I got at least $10.
All right.
Hell
I'll put
yeah.
another 10 in.
Tip king.
Alan, you got money
Ten's
to
a
throw
lot
into
for a
this
tip.
John Wasey painting?
I've got
John Wasey.
I've got about $7, but those are for tacos after the show.
Damn. All right. Well, we got about $20 for a John Wayne Gacy painting. So if you guys can get a hold of a John Wayne Gacy painting for $20, we would like dibs on that, please. Jam says that I look like this specific serial killer, right? We're going back to
To
that.
be fair, if you don't look at his hands, he's pretty handsome.
No, he's not. He looks like
he looks like the guy from
the
Harold and
picture
Kumar.
in the like his Wikipedia. Wait, the picture.
John
Wait,
Cho.
what'd you say?
No, I said he looks like both Omar and that dude look like the guy from Harold and Kumar, the one who isn't Indian.
what?
Oh.
John Cho.
You mean Spike Spiegel?
Oh shit, that's right. That is Spike Spiegel.
The one who
Dude,
like
hell
broke
yeah.
his ankle like a week into filming.
Yeah, and like delayed production for 9 months.
Should have been Keanu.
Should have been me. What's the serial killer's name that you think that I look like?
I didn't
Well-
see the hands though. I want to see these hands.
Yeah,
Alright, I'll
well,
show you
let
the-
me
They're
find
creepy.
him, and then I'll
creepy.
find his.
His nubs.
Well,
They're not nubs. They're
really long. They kind of look like bat hands. So
He
it's this
doesn't-
dude.
yeah, he
See,
doesn't-
I don't look like
He
him.
doesn't. I think it's like he does.
Ooh.
He
Not in
doesn't
that
have,
picture.
he doesn't have this part of his hands, so
Yeah.
his
Oh.
hands are like.
If you guys want to look him up, he goes.
Namuro Takuma.
Just look up Otaku Killer, and you'll find him. I don't look like him though.
But in this picture, the picture that is on his Wikipedia.
That's a different.
That's a different guy than Jam.
guy.
Oh, then this
That's
is just a
a-
different Japanese serial killer.
No, that's a Mexican guy.
No.
Yeah,
what?
it is.
Look, it says was a Japanese janitor who committed a mass murder of 8 people and wounded 15 others in 2001 school.
this guy
It was
wasn't-
a school massacre. He was
Yeah.
Oh, and you
That's
think I
not-
look like him?
That's not the same guy as him.
No.
man.
Yeah, the Otaku Killer liked little girls.
No,
he
there's
had been convicted and imprisoned for rape before the massacre.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't look like him.
what's a weird spit bucket?
I know. If anything, I look like Richard Ramirez.
That's
All
who
right.
that's who I thought that was.
Who's that?
There's the one
Richard
picture where
Ramirez.
you look like him too.
Yeah.
That's who he looks like.
The
Yeah,
Night
but
Stalker.
Night Stalker?
Yeah.
He also had like halitosis.
Yeah, really bad breath.
Yeah,
Like that was like,
definitely,
I think he had like a survivor of his like of his doing, and that's like the one thing they remember from him is his bad breath.
If you guys ever want to see Omar at his truest form, convince him to wax his legs and tell him you change your mind as he put as he already has the strip on his leg.
Yeah,
Because
that's what
I've
Eric
never-
did to me that
I've
day.
never seen Omar the way I did before that day.
Why would you do that to me, Eric?
Because I wanted to see what would happen.
You
I just-
broke him twice in one weekend when you showed
don't
him
know-
that
I don't know
fleshlight
about
video
Richard
and
Ramirez.
then that
Nah,
wax thing.
I think
A little bit.
Richard Ramirez, his jaw is pretty cut. I don't know about you, Omar.
What are you talking about? You mean this job? Do you guys have anyone that you've been told that you look alike?
Everyone tells me I look like every fat dude with a beard and thick glasses, and it's kind of upsetting.
the anime guy, the nice anime guy.
No. And like in real life, it was, oh, you look like my cousin, and it's literally just a fat guy with a beard and thick glasses.
When we were in Boy Scouts, someone said that I looked like Ali Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
What's her face
Was it
said
'cause
I
of
look
the
like
hair?
the drummer of that one band. You remember
Oh,
that?
Neck Deep?
Yeah, I hated
You
getting that
kind of
shit.
do, just because he's very ethnic and brown.
All right.
Sure.
Well,
I went to Target and I saw a little boy as I was walking through like the pharmacy section that looked a lot like your son. And I was about to like square up, but in a good way. But he was,
some
but he
random
was
kid?
by himself, and I'm like,
Oh.
wait. And then he started talking, but he started talking dumb. Like he started saying, "Mira, wow, wow," talking about a dog.
Oh no!
And I'm
If
like,
Oliver
wait,
ever-
Oliver speaks better than
Yeah,
this.
if Oliver ever talked like that, I'd hit him in the back of the head.
And then he just kept like,
Oh,
and then his mom
God.
was like, "Vente, mijo." I'm like, oh, that's not him.
that's not him.
I see a lot of kids at work that'll just like talk stupid, and they're a lot older than my son, and it just makes me so happy that I do not have to.
Oh
deal
my
with that.
gosh, there was a mom who literally the kid's name was Nathaniel, and she didn't call him Nate. She said his full name, Nathaniel. The kid was like walking around. I think he was on speakerphone with somebody, and he had like a phone that was bigger than both of his hands put together. And then his mom was like, "Okay, let's get going. We gotta go," because she had like groceries in her car, and he wanted to look through the toys. And he's like, "Mom, I'm looking at stuff," and he called her by her name.
When was
And-
the last time you called your mom by her
and
name?
he was like, "Mom, just give me a second. I'm looking at this."
How
And it
old
was a
was this kid?
sled. He was like maybe 7.
Oh man, I'd beat the
And I'm literally
shit
like
out of
looking
him.
at this lady like, can you get him? Because I'm about to get him. Oh, man, I was just pissed. I'm like, man, fuck this kid.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it, man.
Nathaniel.
Yeah, fuck you, kid. He was dressed like a mechanic, too. I don't know what that family situation was like.
Are you sure he was a child?
Yes.
Interesting.
He did also have one single piercing.
What the fuck is going on? He might have been a working class man,
And
Jan.
a Pokemon beanie.
That might have been a man.
I've seen adults with Pokemon beanies.
Yeah.
Trust me, this kid was a child.
That sounds like a man to me. Mechanic suit, earring,
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Beanie. Just beefs.
That's a man.
Pacific.
Shit, maybe. Then she had no business hurrying that man up.
We were she was in the wrong. Eric, we were talking yesterday about a very specific. Okay, have you guys ever seen those videos where there's these gigantic ladies who just throw
Queens,
around
not
these
ladies, queens.
queens? There's these gigantic
Yeah.
queens who just throw around these tiny, scrawny little men like over their shoulder and start just.
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't.
But
seen
it's
the
like
video. I see
these little
photos
dudes.
of it. Yeah.
You're like
Usually
surprised. Have
when you go
not
to, like,
seen
I've
something
never
like
seen
that?
When you go to, like, well, because you said you don't use Pornhub, right?
It's like a lumberjack
I use it
position where like
sometimes.
they like hurl you over their shoulder, but she's like.
Yeah,
That's fucking.
She's literally
tight.
like holding him and then just like,
like right in the
That's
like a
tight
bench
as
press.
yeah. You'll usually find those as ads
But
for
there's
like
actual
browsers
video.
or something.
Oh, okay.
Just
okay.
type in like.
What would you?
Just type in
Amazon woman.
Big bitch, skinny boy.
Just type in like small man, big girl, and then eventually
You'll find just like a
find-
super tall one.
You'll find the one, or just type in tall girl, and you'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what I'm wanking off to tonight.
Those videos I can't do it to, but they're so entertaining. I just have to watch the whole thing.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can just find one real quick.
We were watching like the season. I think it's the season finale of 1,000-Pound Sisters, and there's the one sister who's like 6'50" maybe.
Yeah.
And they were at a hotel room because their like surgeon or like their doctor is based in Atlanta, so they were staying a little closer. And then she met someone online, and she ended up like inviting him over to the
Dude,
room.
the guy looks like Frozone and
He
lives.
really does.
He looks like Frozone and lives 4 hours away. Oh, Alan pulled up a video, so we're gonna be.
That is not a little man, though.
That's
To be fair.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, but you see how much bigger she is?
dude, she's about to drop him so hard.
Yeah, it looks like she's struggling.
That's why they're supposed to get the tiniest little person possible. You just
No,
gotta.
actually, no. Wait, he's up on something.
He's up on the bed to
Yeah.
get her. Like, I mean, damn, she needs something.
How would you guys feel about that if there was because we're not this scrawny like short in those videos usually, but let's say we find a girl who's like 9 feet tall and will make us feel like that little man. Would that be something you guys would be into?
I'd want to experience that. That seems really cool.
Just get thrown over someone's shoulder.
Yeah. That seems cool.
Would that make
Just
you
have a
feel
nice
weird?
big bitch pin your legs like if she's changing your diaper, and just eat your scrum from top to bottom.
Just grab both ankles with one hand. It has to be that way.
I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
that sounds illegal to do that.
I don't think that's ever happening.
Your ball's too big.
Yeah.
She needs 2 hands to lift them up.
Can't even suck on.
You said they're like grapefruits.
They're about as grapefruit.
Damn.
All right, well,
Interesting.
we got to save this for episode 69, which is coming up in 2 weeks. So tell your friends about this awful goddamn show. But normally what we do on the Spit Bucket is we bring up some funny news stories from around the world. Well, I got a story from Japan. So you guys ready to travel? Let's go! All
I
right.
bet that was funny to whoever.
Yeah, I bet it was great for people who were wearing headphones.
It was.
Oh, man.
You should be nice to us and buy us headphones.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
We're using all
I know
my
how-
equipment.
Hey, I've seen you big.
No, Alan has his
You
own.
could spare a couple.
Oh, yeah.
I have my own headphones. I bought them for the show, and I've used them like twice.
Yeah, why haven't you guys bought headphones for the show?
I made this show. You're not allowed to tell me
What do you
to
mean?
This was my idea.
Stephanie said she'd sponsor you guys.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do we have to give Stephanie extra content?
Maybe.
We'll have to iron out these details when we see her.
Okay.
The
I'll give her
story
nudes if she wants nudes.
the story we got
might.
from Japan is that a Japanese billionaire quits the search for a moon trip girlfriend.
Moon trip?
Yeah.
What that is?
Where? What that mean?
Yeah. What do you guys think a moon trip is?
He probably just wants a girl to go with him to the moon.
Well, because isn't it like the
You made a
Lunar
face,
New
so I
Year?
know I'm right.
Yeah, Eric, you're completely right. So he
Oh,
literally He needs a moon girlfriend. This guy named, let's just call him Yusuke. So Yusuke has pulled out of the search due to mixed feelings and apologized for his very selfish decision. The fashion e-commerce mogul who founded Zozo Town. Mario, you seem surprised. Do you know Zozo Town?
It's kind of like eBay, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So he is no longer looking for a female life partner to join him on his SpaceX mission to the moon. He's actually the 22nd richest man in the world. And he invited any single woman over 20 to apply because he wanted to make a reality television show where the winner was going to be his girlfriend to go to the moon with.
Wow.
Why
What
the
about
fuck
what about
not?
like a bro? Isn't he like a friend? Because I'll be friends with him.
Would you go? It's a one-way trip.
What? No. Really?
Yeah.
He's
a one-way
not.
trip to the moon?
They're telling me a billionaire wants to go one way to the moon.
Dude, that's what
he
he's
gonna
doing.
do out there?
What is he going to do here? He's a billionaire.
Well,
Exactly.
how are they going to close out the show if he doesn't actually go to the moon?
No, yeah,
forever?
he is, but it can't be a one way. They're not just gonna leave him up there.
All right. Well, let's find out if it's a one-way.
Oh my god.
Having paid a significant amount of money to secure his place on the SpaceX flight, Maezawa has planned to take several artists along with him. But the billionaire announced that he has changed his mind.
Damn, moon fucking must be tight.
That's what I'm
I
trying
don't know
to
if
be
you
on.
can.
Oh, because the spacesuit.
There's not enough. Yeah, there's.
Well, if you're inside, you don't have to wear the space.
Have you guys seen those
Zero
adult
gravity
documentaries where they're underwater? Those are scary.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
All right, so the 44-year-old put an online advertisement with a list of requirements, including that they had to be single, they had to be over 20, and they had to be interested in going to space.
I got all of them.
So how many people do you think applied for this position as girlfriend of space?
I'm gonna be sad if you say no one.
Maybe that's why he canceled it.
I'm going to say over 100.
It was over 28,000.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Fuck
good.
yeah,
I was
dude.
gonna say I did not want to hear zero.
Well, there's 3 zeros in it. Now they've called off the search for quote-unquote personal reasons. And he apologized by saying, despite my genuine and honest determination towards the show, there's a part of me that still has mixed feelings about my participation. He paid £725,000 for this space trip that he's about to take. But now he's not taking
Didn't-
a queen with him.
Didn't Sesame Street send a science teacher to the moon and the thing fucking exploded?
Yes.
Was it Sesame Street who sent them there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's the story with that. It's really fucking spooky. So it wasn't supposed to be a teacher. It was supposed to be Big Bird. But that morning, Big Bird, like the guy in the suit, got really sick. And he started throwing up and stuff. He's like, I can't go. So Sesame Street was like, oh, we'll just put a teacher. Something that the kids could relate to. And then it fucking blew up.
Damn.
So it could have been Big Bird.
That shit's...
Would they have
Wait,
continued?
it's like a
Big Bird?
real thing. It's
Yeah,
like,
this is
this
a real
is just like
thing.
an
Real thing.
episode.
It's not like the Challenger or something,
What
right?
episode is this, bro?
Well, that's what I mean. Because like I didn't know you meant like they were planning on sending the guy like in the costume.
Yeah,
like,
in the
for real.
costume and everything.
But so they did they send the costume with someone else, or
No.
they just
No,
sent
no,
a
just the
completely
teacher.
different person?
yeah, just
Because they're a
person.
part of like a bunch of like science organizations. I could see why they would just be able to get a hold of a science teacher really fast.
Well,
And
they
if
sent-
someone messages you and they're like, hey, I know you have school today, but how about you go to space instead?
Yeah.
You take that right away.
Yeah, I'm
Hell
taking that.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
yeah, but
We're
like,
putting a VHS on
so
today.
wait, they were gonna send the actual guy who played Big Bird?
I guess
Yeah.
for it to be like an episode?
Yeah.
Well, because I was gonna say it's not like he could just come back right away. What were they gonna do in like the 3 years he was gone?
Well, Big
Well-
Bird isn't in every episode.
That is true, but like I was
could
gonna
have
say,
been
like,
canon that
how
he was
how are
supposed
they
to.
supposed to explain like he's not there?
How would they have explained if Big Bird exploded? Would he just come back and be like,
I didn't.
Just
die in
kidding.
that. I didn't die in
Well,
that explosion.
yeah.
It wasn't recorded for the episode.
It was just supposed to be like Sesame was part of that. Sesame
yeah,
Street
it was a
part of
live.
that.
Yeah, it was a live thing.
Spooky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really spooky.
So we didn't find out if it was a one-way.
I would assume it'd be a round trip.
Yeah,
Because there's nothing on the moon.
Because if it's because
Oh,
Yeah.
there's plenty of There's plenty of
there's plenty.
I like that.
There's plenty of stuff on there.
There's plenty, yeah.
You know what, though? The mustache suits the conspiracy theories, Alan.
I don't want to get into conspiracy theories because I won't shut up for like an hour. But there's bases on the moon, and the UFO actually recently sabotaged SpaceX's rocket. I don't know if you saw that video of it blowing up. There's a UFO that like zooms by. And
Dope.
what else?
I'm not trying to watch that.
That sounds
The
terrifying.
moon is
Yeah,
hollow
scared.
and also a satellite.
Also,
But
speaking of space flight, what was I gonna say? Did you guys see the trailer for the new Top Gun?
No.
That shit made my dick hard. Oh my god.
Why is it in space?
Because like no, he Tom Cruise and like all the actors actually like all of that is legitimate fighter pilot footage.
Oh, really?
Like if you see the making of, trailer. They're getting launched out from like the battleships, and like they're doing all these aerial acrobatics, and he's talking about like, oh man, it was such a challenge just not to pass out when they were doing like the
Wait,
zero
so it was the making of Top Gun, or it's like the second?
No, the new Top Gun that's coming out.
Yeah, there's a new one.
There's a 12-minute trailer on YouTube, but it's mostly like 4 different trailers put together all in one. But at the end of it, it shows like the actual behind the scenes of how they're filming it, and they have all these like professional pilots that are actually flying these.
But Eric uses YouTube Premium, so he doesn't have ads.
Well, I'd have to look it up. But I didn't even know they were making a new Top Gun.
Oh man, it looks incredible.
I'm gonna have to look it
Damn,
up.
you don't have to sit through Grubhub ads.
Did you see that one post where that one guy got the whole B movie as an ad? No, it was the Lego movie. He's like, I just got a 120-minute ad. It was like, it's the fucking Lego movie.
I've gotten, I think it was like a 20-minute ad at the end of a PewDiePie video, actually.
A
and
whole
it was
20-minute?
a pro-life ad.
Oh, I've gotten full 45-minute documentaries at the start of a YouTube video that's about 9 minutes.
Did you end up watching the whole video?
Because I'll just have YouTube playing like while I'm cleaning.
Yeah.
So it took me about like 12 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? And I look at it, it's an ad with like 50 minutes left.
I saw someone say that if you play a video and then skip all the way to the end and let the video finish and then just hit restart, apparently it takes all the ads off.
It does work.
Really?
Yeah, it does work.
Well, there you go. Now you guys learned
Also,
something new. Don't say
for
you don't learn
iPhones,
anything.
If you don't, have the luxury of YouTube Premium, if you are listening to something and you double lock your phone really fast and leave the screen up, you could still play without watching the video.
Are you taking a bunch of screenshots on accident on your phone?
Yeah. Oh, I've called the cops like 3 times. On my
What?
phone.
Wait, why?
Well, what Alan's talking about is on our phones, it's like these 2 buttons.
Which is like where you grip the phone.
Yeah. So
Always
you
like-
go like this to turn it on and it'll screenshot. But in my case,
Siri
I
also
have to
pops up a lot.
I don't have Siri on. I'm not getting caught for anything.
Same.
Not getting
So,
got.
Yeah, I don't have...
so
yeah.
like, I always have to feel for this in my pocket. If I just have my phone in my pocket and want to turn the volume up, I'll just go like this and just like hope I'm pressing the right one.
Oh, and you're taking a screenshot?
No, I'm pressing this button, like trying to turn it up, and if you
click
press
the
the
home
home button
button
3 times really fast, it calls the cops.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
It gives you an option to cancel it, but one time I had an alarm
Yeah,
go
the
on
alarm.
in the morning, and I was like, oh, and my old phone, if I hit the home button, it turns it off. So then I grabbed my phone and I was like, it's not turning off, and I kept pressing it and it called the cops, and I was like, oh shit. And I tried to cancel it and it still called them, and I was like, whoops, and I just hung up.
You said whoops.
Yeah, I hung up right away. I was like, ew. And I've done that 3 times. But I've called the cops 3 times by accident by trying to
Jesus.
turn my phone.
Yeah, I've done that before too, but
If you've done that
tells you to
with your new
cancel.
phone, imagine how many calls they're getting now with just people butt dialing them. That's gotta suck.
That's some shit.
Yeah, I have to
Right?
put my phone in my back pocket.
You gotta fold it in half. That way you can't even get to the button.
Dude, that new Razor looks fucking tight, though.
Yeah, it does.
Well, that's it for my story.
Okay, I got a story. This is a little quickie. Man barricades himself in house over sandwich dispute.
Also, like Killdozer? You know about that?
Yeah.
The guy who couldn't get his shit zoned, so he spent like 3 years building a metal cage over a giant ass industrial bulldozer, and he completely fucked over like an entire town in Colorado.
What?
Yeah. And when you started reading that, I
But-
heard it as man bear instead of man barricades himself. I just heard man bear. I'm like, this is gonna be
Oh, well,
good.
that's just silly. Rude. A Maryland man has been arrested. Fuck you!
A Marilyn Manson.
A Maryland man has been arrested following an hours-long standoff with law enforcement that police say began when a family member took a bite of his grilled cheese sandwich.
That literally sounds like me.
I believe that rage from you. Like, you seem like a calm guy, but I feel like when you get rage,
When
you
I was
get
younger,
rage.
I had to stop doing it. But when I was younger and we get food, I'd get like a large fry and 20-piece nuggets and a large drink. If my dad took 1 nugget, I would not eat the food.
What?
He'd be like,
Why?
well, well, because I mean, I shouldn't have, but he's like one of those guys who's like, oh, let me get one, but he says that as he's grabbing it. So he grabs it. I was like, why are you grabbing my food? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm not even eating this anymore, and I just walk away.
What,
I leave
did
my
he
whole-
buy you the food?
Yeah. But that's my point. I had to stop doing that. So now when people do it, I'm just like, I get pissed, but I'm just like, whatever. I'm just going to eat my food.
There was this one girl when we were in college. We don't know this girl, but me and Ivan went to school together. You know,
Oh, I remember this story.
me and Ivan go to like some restaurant. We get a burger and fries. We bring it back to our school, go to the lounge, and we're gonna eat there. Some girl who we don't know who's sitting behind us. She's like, "Oh, can I have one?" To Ivan's fries. He's like, "Sure, whatever." Ivan's a nice guy, right? Gives her a fry, and that gave her the okay to grab as many fries whenever she wanted. Because she just kept turning around, getting more fries, turning back, like not even talking to him, not even asking if she can get more. She would just turn around and turn back, talk to her friends, go back, like use his ketchup, like because like I said, he's a nice guy. He looked at me like mad, but
Why didn't he say anything?
But he didn't say anything.
He can't say anything. But still, I would have been
Some
pissed.
shit.
she ate at least half of his fries that day.
That sucks. I hope
That's
she sucked
fucked.
his dick or something.
No, she
I would have
didn't.
been pissed.
It's art school kids. They don't know any better.
Yeah, they don't pick up on social cues. Dude, man, the art school kids are fucked, dude. Like, I don't know how, like, you're thinking about a society in which they all exist and have the right to vote scares me. Because those kids are freaks.
I was there for 4 years, and I can.
I was there
Say
for a
this.
semester, and it was terrible. Anyways.
But I also met some really cool people.
Does
So
anyone
not-
want some cinnamon coke?
I met, like, 2 really nice people. 3
Anyone?
sweethearts.
I'm good,
I
thank
got
you.
diabetes. Thank you.
God damn it!
Baltimore County Police spokesman
You want
Sean
some out?
Vinchin
Okay.
says the dispute began around 5 p.m. Sunday at a Dunlack home. He says the man was eating with his wife and daughter and became angry when one of them took a bite from his sandwich, prompting him to fire a shot inside of the house.
What the fuck? Did he have the gun on him, or did he have to go get the
You
gun?
stay strapped, boy. That's the thing.
Facts.
Yeah, at what point in the day do you put your gun on?
As soon as you wake up, buddy, under your
Yeah.
pillow, whoop, you pledge allegiance to the flag, and you put that boy in your belt.
The wife and daughter were able to safely leave the house, but the man barricaded himself inside. He surrendered peacefully shortly before 9 p.m. No one was injured. Police took the man to the hospital for evaluation. Vinchin is now facing charges. So this
Are-
went from
are-
5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
4 hours. Did he finish the sandwich, or did he pull an Eric and say, "Fuck this sandwich"? I'm not.
I'm
eating
sure
it."
he said, fuck the sandwich,
Yeah.
where's my gun? But I felt that blind rage before on food. My sister had a bad habit of, let's say I bought a concha, right? She would take a pinch.
Oh,
Not even a bite, she would pinch it.
Ooh.
Or if there was like cake left in the fridge, she would like just 1 scoop of frosting. Or, just petty shit like that. Ooh, I fucking box that bitch. But, I'd get over it. I would still eat it, but
My
I'd
brother's
just be
like
mad
that,
about it.
dude, and it fucking infuriates me. Especially because he gets mad if anyone touches his food, but he
Mm-hmm.
literally eats everyone's food. What I hate the most on this earth is hypocrites.
I'd say if you're gonna take like a bite or a pinch, just eat the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. There's one time I bought a container of pineapple gummy bears, and then I took a little bit and I left it at home, and then I came back and there was like 3 gummy bears in there, and I was just like, why didn't you just guys eat the rest of them and throw the fucking thing away? Now I gotta look at this shit.
That happens a lot here because we get like the frozen like peas and carrots and corn like in a bag. I'm coming home. I'm ready to make something to eat, and I go to grab the bag. I feel it's really light, and I'm like, "There's still something in here."
and then you
But
just rattle around 3 peas.
3 peas and then just chunks of ice in there, dude. That shit,
Smack.
I get blind with rage because I'm like, "What the fuck's the point?" And I already have like rice on the pot, so I'm like, I can't just throw it away. But now my shit's not gonna have anything in it.
I've gotten my own ass like that. Yeah, I'll like back out of Macomb. I would buy like coffee creamer because I lived right behind the Walgreens. So that was like I was mad that I'd have to go to Walgreens for it. I'll use it like on my days off or like after work if I still want coffee. I'll get it like really really low, but then just keep putting it back in the fridge. So then like I swear one time I basically used all of it and put it back in the fridge. Like I guess I'm assuming I knew that it was basically empty. And I was
You were
like,
alone, so
and I was like, yeah, so I couldn't
No one
blame
to blame
anyone
but
else. Put
yourself.
it back in the fridge. Next morning, I think I was having like a bad day, and I woke up and I was like, man, I did like French press coffee and everything because that's like how I like making my coffee. And I like poured it, opened the fridge, grabbed it, and went like this, and like a little bit came out.
A
and I
teardrop
fucking
came out.
Threw it. I threw it. I got pissed. I threw it like at my wall, and I was like, I'm fucking mad. And then I was like, I think I was trying to find someone to blame, but I was like,
It's like that
stand in front of the
Spider-Man
mirror.
meme where they're just pointing at each other.
I literally just put my sweater on, put my sandals on, and just walked to Walgreens. So pissed. I
damn.
mad.
Was the coffee
Yeah.
still hot when you got back?
Yeah. I mean, to walk to Walgreens and back, including the time it takes to like grab and buy it, 6 minutes.
Oh shit!
Sick.
I didn't realize how close you were.
Just like every Walgreens, CVS right in front of it.
You gotta keep your enemies close.
Oh yeah.
And your enemy's closer. Wait.
Both of them.
Mario, you had a story last week that you weren't able to tell because we ended up talking about sucking on pee-pee soaked diapers.
Yeah, that was fucking gross, dude. Like, I wanted to... But yeah, I'm going to refer to these people to A and B.
Okay, cool.
I'll tell you who it is after.
Okay.
Friend A texted me. He was like, can you come pick me up at the hospital? And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that, obviously.
And when was the last time you saw him?
Man, months, maybe a year.
And the first time you hear him is, hey, pick me up from the hospital?
Was
Yeah.
he? What was that thing in Hot Rod? The dude was like scraping metal and like shot a shard of it into his eye,
What the
like as
fuck?
he was doing acid. Anyway, sorry, that's like the only thing I could think of.
Of why someone would be in a hospital?
Yeah, so I'm driving to the hospital, and then on the way he texts me. Luckily for him, I was at a stoplight. Don't text and drive. He was like, I'm here now, so come pick me up here. And I was like, okay, I should have fucking figured he wasn't at the hospital for him. He was there for something else. I pick him up, and then he's like, yeah, I had to go to my friend's house because he got into a car accident. I went to the hospital to yell at him because he was like driving under the influence. But then he asked me to go to his house and take a bunch of shit from his drawers out before his parents got there
Oh, God.
and found it. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I guess on the drive to my house, because he was like, do you want to hang out? And I was like, sure, we can hang out. And he was like, we can play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, yes, we can do that.
What, you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh with me? I know the rules.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Yikes.
I feel like you don't.
I win. That's the only rule.
So I guess on the way to my house, he texted friend B to show up at my house. Now, I haven't talked to friend B since last year, July. So him being there was like weird, but I wasn't trying to be like petty or anything and like kick him out or whatever. I was just like, whatever, it's fine. So we went upstairs, and we're just talking. I'm having a good time, right? But like, am I having a good time because I'm with them, or am I having a good time because we're reminiscing of old stuff? Anyways, friend A starts talking about all the chicks he's having sex with or whatever.
Hell yeah.
No, not hell yeah. And he's like trying to show me, and then friend B was like, is that all you ever talk about? Like, every time we hang out, that's all you talk about. And then he was like, this is literally all I fucking have. So just give me that. Or that he's talking about sex and stuff, and then friend B gets really quiet. And he's like, hey, man, I got something to admit, but don't judge me.
Friend B said this.
Yeah, friend B said that. And he was like, yeah, man, I got a hooker.
Oh, I thought that was something else, but
He's like, right now,
well.
they're on their way.
No. And he was talking about how the hooker was in front of his house. And then she offered him a good time. And he was confused. He didn't know what that meant.
He's never played Grand Theft Auto?
Right. So then she was like, I will have sex with you. Or she went like this. She did the hand motion of sex. That's
Hell
what he
yeah.
said. He was like, oh, well, I don't want to do that with you, but you can suck my cock.
He's got a weird chill.
And he paid $35 to get his dick. No, $40 to get his dick sucked.
I found out recently that's too much to pay.
That's a lot of money for a blowjob from one of those from that area. But then friend A was like, was her name Rebecca or something like that? And friend B was like, I don't know. And he was like, was she blonde? Like,
Describing her.
yeah, describing her. And friend B was like, I have no idea. Like, I don't remember. And then friend A was talking about how he gets free sex from a specific hooker at her house. And knowing friend A, I'm pretty sure he doesn't use protection.
Ooh,
So they like really grossed me out.
that's not good.
And then for the rest of the night, he kept drinking this like liquor that we had in my house.
Yeah.
And it's like a really sweet liquor. This happened like 4 times where he went in the bathroom, threw up, came back out. He was like, man, I feel real good. But then he would go back and do that again. So he did that like 4 times. Here's the crazy part that I decided to hold off on. On the drive to my house, friend A was like, hey, do you remember my cousin with the big ass titties? And I was like,
Oh,
no. And he was like, oh, her name was this. I don't remember her name. And I was like, nope, doesn't ring a bell. And he was like, oh, okay. Then he looked at me. He's like, have you ever fucked your cousin?
Oh!
And I was like,
what?
no? No? He's like, yeah, me neither. And so we're driving and we're quiet. I'm like,
Yes, he has.
did you fuck your cousin? He's like, yeah, man.
Oh, my God.
I like how he denied it, and as soon as you asked him, he was like, "Hell yeah, I did."
He's like, yeah, me neither. Later on, he's like, hell yeah.
And man, I didn't ask him for details.
I would have wanted to know every detail,
Yeah, same
dude.
here. But that's just me.
I want to find out. I'm going to ask him next time. But because when I think of my cousin, I think of like cousins that I grew up with, right? So I
Not an estranged, like, kind of hot cousin.
right.
you'd have.
I've
big
never thought of
titties.
that,
I'm the cousin with big titties.
and I've never even looked at my cousins and thought that's my cousin with the big titties, right? I've never even thought that. So him thinking that just kind of like shook me a little bit. I'm like,
This is the beginning of the hanging out.
yes, that's fucking weird. And then he was like, I think he said that he cheated on her with somebody else because she had fucked his friend or something.
He cheated on his cousin.
That's what I said. I'm like, what do you
Like,
what do you
why?
mean you cheated on your cousin? And I'm like, were you dating your cousin?
He's
And he was like, nah, she was just my bitch for a while.
that's not his bitch. That's his cousin.
What I'm hoping this is like, it doesn't make it any better, but I'm hoping it's like a third cousin or something, like not like a related cousin.
Not
you know
a
what
first cousin.
Right.
Yeah. How many cousins away before it's okay? Do we have any?
Japan doesn't give a fuck. They're like, first cousins, easy. But yeah, so going from that to then friend B being like, oh, well, I got a whore or whatever. It's just like, man, like, who fucking cares? Like, if only you knew that the guy in front of you fucked his cousin for like a year or whatever.
Oh, the other guy didn't know that.
No.
He wasn't bragging about
No.
that part.
He didn't bring that up.
That's funny.
Yeah, so,
Where do you go from there?
yeah.
Yeah, wait, so was something gonna happen after you said he got sick like 4 times? Because it sounded like you were gonna go somewhere, then you backtracked to
No, I'm
leaving
just-
out the cousin thing.
I'm just trying to put you guys in
Your shoes.
Yeah, this is the kind of guy that he is. He's like a big dumb idiot. And I maybe cut that out. I don't know. But I know they're both very shitty, right? They're both like shitty in their own way, but I know they don't mean to be.
Yeah.
They're just a little pendejo. You know what I'm saying?
They're just blissfully unaware of how terrible they are.
Yeah.
If you F your own cousin, does that count as you're just a little pendejo?
That's a lot of pendejo.
I mean, everyone's got their hot cousin, right?
No. I'm the hot cousin.
Just kidding.
I have a cousin with a fat ass, and he's a boy.
Yeah.
But we all know that, and he doesn't hide the fact because he can't hide the fact.
That's a fear for Stephanie that she'd find out we're related. Like, that's a big fear.
Is
for
there
her.
a chance of that? There's a chance me and Eric and Alan might be related.
Yeah, because I think...
Yeah, but we're not dating.
You don't know
You
that.
can be, though. If you want to.
No.
Give me a kiss, Eric.
Her pueblo's like
Now we
an
do.
hour away from my dad's, I think.
Oh, so you guys might be related.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
That's pretty hot.
we already fucked, dude. Like, we
It's
in
too
this
late.
now. Too late.
There's that story of I think it was like an Irish brother and sister that were separated at birth. They were twins. They eventually found out after they were already dating because one of them found her birth like family.
Yeah.
Took this boy that she's dating to the family reunion, and then an aunt pulled her to the side, and she's like, "That's actually your brother." And then they have 3 kids or something like that. They have a few kids.
Wait, before the family reunion? Or
No, they
after?
found out, and they're like, "Well, we already are in love with each other, so like we're just gonna have to be cool with this."
You could do something about it. You could call it quits. You
Yeah.
don't have to stay
You
together.
don't have to.
But they didn't.
Sometimes
And
love
then
don't mean
have
shit.
3 kids.
Yeah, now they have a few kids. That's a good show and tell, though. No one else can bring that to show and tell. This is my mom. This is my dad. They're also brother and sister.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah.
I've told the story before about, I could tell you guys where this person used to live, but my mom worked with the girl, I believe, the mom, the older woman, and she knew that her husband was fucking the daughter, and the daughter was cool with it.
What?
What?
Huh?
Is that friend A you're talking about there? Because he told me some shit like that too.
Well, because, okay, the mom worked with my mom, so they would, like, carpool every now and then. I believe she was not with the father of her daughter, the daughter being, like,
So it's
maybe,
like a stepdad.
yeah, the daughter being, like, maybe 16, 17. But if they were going out somewhere, but he had, like, pretty much raised her.
Oh, man.
Oh,
So
that's
if,
creepy.
If they went out somewhere, it would be them two in, like, the front seat, and they'd make the mom go in the back.
Damn.
And-
Wait, isn't there a director did the
Yeah,
same thing?
with his Asian
Yeah.
daughter. Who
So
was
I'm
that?
pretty sure they fucking.
Woody Harrelson?
Woody something.
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen, yeah.
Woody Allen.
Yeah, he had a wife, and the wife came with a kid, and then they ended up together and divorced the girl's mom, and now they're together.
Pretty much what's going on here.
Yeah.
That's the movie biz.
Except this wasn't the movie biz. This was Joaquin.
Yeah.
Alan, you got a story for us to close out?
You said you got like 3 stories.
Yeah.
What was the point of me finding a story then?
Because we ran out of time. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, you guys have to choose then. I have right-wing podcaster seeks lawyer to sue NFL for condemning him to hell with sedacious halftime show.
Oh my god.
Or
God.
man tried to seduce undercover officer with chicken alfredo.
Yes.
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 Hold on, there's one more. No, I guess that was it. There might
do
have
the
been.
chicken Alfredo.
Yeah, do that one.
This is from 7 News in Austintown, Ohio. Man tried to seduce undercover officer with chicken Alfredo. In Oh, what the fuck?
You got to start incorporating this into the Mario system. Throw in some chicken Alfredo. We haven't talked about what it is, but everyone knows that there is a Mario system.
Start
and now
off
it will.
with chicken Alfredo,
Yeah.
and then you continue from there.
All right. So
The rest is easy.
an Ashtabula County man who tried to seduce an underage victim with chicken Alfredo and Sprite will serve 7 days in a county jail. Albert,
Wait, how many? Sir, how much time?
7 days.
That doesn't seem like that much.
That's a week.
Yeah.
Albert Maruna, now 23, was arrested in an Austintown sex sting back in December. He thought he was talking to a 15-year-old boy online, but it was actually an undercover Austintown police officer.
You know what, though? Chicken Alfredo, as a 15-year-old boy,
That's the pinnacle of class.
that is class. Especially from the Olive Garden.
Pair that with a McDonald's Sprite. Fuck.
Done.
That
If you're in
McDonald's
Gurnee,
Sprite,
you can get those two together, boy. They're right next to each other.
McDonald's Sprite will get your ass,
Hell
though.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Decapitate you.
Maruna arranged to meet an officer in Austintown. He planned to bring lubricant, Sprite, and chicken Alfredo to the date. It ends... Oh, this is really how it ends. He'll be on house arrest for 120 days and will have to register as a Tier 1 sex offender.
Tier 1.
I didn't know there was tiers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me neither.
But you know what? I guess I should have known, because apparently if you get arrested for not indecency, but like urinating in public, like if you
That is
like piss outside, you actually, if you get arrested for that, you have to register as a sex offender.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, because you're showing your pecker. I think it is indecency.
Especially if you're in a park.
Public
too.
indecency, right? Something like
Yeah,
that.
it sounds about right.
But you're
Well, because I mean, if you're drunk, then it counts as public intoxication. But if you do that,
indecent
it's
exposure, probably.
Also, well, because if it's public, I guess it'd be public indecency. But I guess it's.
But I'll just go around the
indecent
corner,
exposure.
dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, don't do it in public.
I'm not gonna
go
do it.
somewhere else. As long as you don't get caught, it's whatever.
Well, because people will usually do it at parks because they're thinking, no child is at a park at night.
Yeah.
So but there's always a cop at a park at night.
Yeah.
So that's how the fucking get
They
it.
should distinguish that, though. If you get arrested for it, it'd be like, it's a park, but it was like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I get
yeah, but then
arrested
they're
if I
gonna
pop
be
a
like,
squat
what,
at a
what
park
are
at
you
night?
doing outside at 3 in the morning peeing at a public park?
That's what I call equality.
partying, bro.
Where's the weirdest place you guys have ever pissed?
Six Flags.
Like, not in a bathroom.
Six Flags.
What does that mean?
All right, well, do you know where...
The bed.
That's what you call
Are you
Six
guys-
Flags because it's a ride for.
Are you guys aware of the Superman ride?
Yeah.
No, I peed in the woods by Six Flags because I was on my way walking to Burger King because I was a 13-year-old boy who had to walk everywhere. So I peed on my way to, from
In other
Six
words.
Flags to Burger King.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
I'm a good girl. I don't pee places. I go to the toilet.
Anyone else?
Six Flags can't be the weirdest one place that we've all
Yeah,
peed.
Eric, what about you? Haven't you ever pissed on somebody's car while bar hopping?
I have. Yeah.
I think you've told us that story
Yeah.
too.
But not
Yeah.
the podcast.
We were in Libertyville
Oh God.
doing the huge. It was a weekly thing. At least for me, it was. If whoever came with me wasn't usually weekly, but I would go basically weekly. We'd start off the night, stop at the liquor store right as you get into Libertyville, buy either a tall boy, which is like a big thing of beer, or I'd call it an oil can, which is basically a Foster's, which is this.
Oh, yeah.
One of these cans that's like this big, but it's like
it's very girthy.
actually, imagine this. Imagine this as a beer. And we would, whatever we'd buy, whether it was a 40 tall boy or one of those, we'd chug it before the first place. Go into a nice sophisticated bar. It was actually really nice. Have a couple drinks there. Hop over to the next one. Have a couple drinks there. And then by the third bar, which there was always 4 we went to, by the third one, it started getting like sketchy. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like a nice, like in a building. It was like an outside bar. It was one of those, it looks like a house type thing.
Yeah.
This is one of the nights. This wasn't every night. This wasn't every time. But we went in there. We were drinking. It was us 3 and... Was it us and Sam?
I wasn't there when that happened.
It might have been me, Lou.
It was you, Lewis, and Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went... and I thought someone was gonna fight Sam, and then
But you had to unload.
then yeah. So what ended up happening is like we thought that was gonna happen, didn't happen, and we're like, no what, like let's just go like before like. For some reason, someone tries to do something stupid and we end up fighting in this bar. And we're the only, like, everyone saw us come in. They know, like, we're together. So if, like, this dude has any friends, they know, like, all of us are going to have to get involved. So we're like, whatever. So then we leave. I see the first nice car there. I don't even know whose it is. It's parked outside of the bar. And I was like, I'm going to piss on this car. So I piss on this car that's outside of the bar.
Hey, but you don't know whose car it is.
I don't know whose car it is. I was like, whoever's car this is, I hope it was that guy who tried to fight Sam. Then we went to the next bar, and then I did the wrong thing, which I don't want to say, but I did it.
We'll talk off mic.
It wasn't anything bad. I just did something that is obviously illegal, so I can't do that. I don't want to talk
I think
about
the car thing is also illegal.
it. Yeah,
No one can get you though. We joke on this podcast. Everything's fake.
sure.
Nothing's real.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is time? But we're out of it. So thanks for joining us for this week of the Spit Bucket.
Wait,
What was the point of me finding a story?
What's your story?
No.
where
I'm
have you
done.
peed, boys?
You're pointing at me?
Both of you.
Oh.
I said boys.
I think the weirdest thing that I've ever pissed on is somebody. There you go. What about you, Mario?
I think the same.
Same?
I think I've accidentally peed on someone.
Was yours an accident?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Oh shit! All
Mabel's crying. She does not want to hear. She loves women's rights.
right. That's literally all the time we have. So thanks for joining us at the Spit Bucket. I'm sorry, Eric. We'll get to your story next week.
I can't comment.
All right, but if you guys want to find me on Instagram and Twitter, you guys can go to _the Shark Boy.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at really_cool. Also, it was Mabel's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mabel.
Happy
6 years
birthday.
old.
Get a job. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
No one else is gonna plug.
Oh, I don't know. Omar usually points to somebody.
You can find me
Yeah, like a rude
at Punknet and at _Destruction Baby on Instagram.
Mario's the F1.
Oh, yeah.
That too. And Destruction Baby without any of the vowels.
What would that even be? DSTRN.
We can figure this out off
works.
mic. Alan,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at AlanZF1, and you can find me on Twitter at WizardsOnlyFools.
What about you, Eric?
You can find me at AI Dungeon at Long John with no O's.
All right, and you guys can follow all of us together on Facebook, and our Instagram is _the Spit Bucket Pod. But that's all we have for you guys this week. So we'll see you
This
next
episode
one.
made me sweaty.
I know. All right, this was a rough one.
A lot of incest.
Yeah, a lot of incest. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next
Shout
week.
out Adam.
Stank dick.
All right, bye.
Adam wants to have sex with me because I'm related to his wife.
Dude, that's hot.
That's what he says all the time.
All right,
Like,
see you next week.
oh, we're still going.